Igama lamakhosikazi.
Yebo, igama lamakhosikazi.
Can we observe a moment of silence? You may be seated. That in terms of our rules, the time allocation for member statements is as follows: that each member is given 1.5 minutes, and the MEC's response to a statement is 2 minutes, and there's going to be a maximum of 7 statements that will be allowed. Are there any members who would want to make statements? Honorable Muela.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to present a statement on behalf of the African National Congress to condemn in its strongest term it deserves the disruption and sabotage of water infrastructure by the so-called water mafias. Typically refers to organized criminal groups or individuals who illegally control water resources distribution or access to their own financial gains. Honorable Speaker, the so-called water mafias have recently forced the city of Mandela to stop a crucial 28 million water project that was going to benefit at least more than 250,000 households as it aims to provide uninterrupted water supply by powering Kanyamazane and Karino water pumps with electricity during load shedding. Therefore, they have created a significant challenge by repeatedly vandalizing the bulk electrical lines from the project that was scheduled to be completed in December 2023. That completion was therefore pushed to February due to the ongoing sabotage. Till today, it has never been completed. We therefore urge the Department of Cooperation and Traditional Affairs, laws enforcement agencies to assist the municipality by providing an oversight and involving local communities in managing the water resources to mitigate the influence of such criminality. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Muela. Can I allow the Honorable MEC to respond on this statement? Honorable Mashilo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Take this opportunity to thank Honorable Mandela for having raised this a very critical and important matter of water. We have taken note of these criminals, or so-called criminal people, who indeed want to destabilize and deny our people, as discussed, how best we can nip this action. If not taken care quickly, it will escalate to become permanent and will not able to deliver projects as expected. Equally, we must agree with you to condemn at the strongest term this barbaric action. Thank you so much, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mashilo. Another statement. Honorable Koza.
Angibonge Somlomo. Somlomo lo hloniphekile inhlangano lehola hulumende i-African National Congress ikhathateke kakhulu ngetigameko tekuhlukumeta letihlatimulisa umtimba tekubulawa kwebantfu ngesihluku kulesifundza sethu seMpumalanga ikakhulukati kulesigodi selihlanze. Somlomo kulo leliviki epinari kutholakala isidumbu semfanyane loneminyaka lesithupha lokungijunior mabandla kwangathi umphefumulo wakhe ungalala ngekuthula lobeka nenyanga yonke kubiwe ukuthi unyamalele. Umsolwa Tsite ukhombe lapho angcwatshwe khona lesidumbu semntwana ngemuva kwekuthi umphakathi uthe kucocisana naye. Bakasidlodlo bebaloku basetithenzeni talomsolwa kulelinye licala lekuthi somlomo lohloniphekile sesekude lihlathimulisa umtimba basolwa labathathu bebavele enkantolo ngetinsolo tekubulawa kwabonisiwe Mabuza kaNyamazane. Timpahla Tsite temufi titholakele ekhaya lalomunye webasolwa. Umsolwa ubese ukhomba amaphoyisa lapho ambele khona umufi. Somlomo sikhathateke kakhulu siyinhlangano ye-African National Congress ngaleti gameko tekubulala. Sinelithemba lekuthi lithimba lelitiko lemhlonishwa Masiye lisebenta busuku nemini kuqinisekisa ukuthi letinswelaboya tithola sigwebo senzambo. Ngiyabonga Somlomo.
Thank you, Honorable Koza. If you may allow Honorable Masiye to speak to the statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Madam Speaker, the Freedom Charter injunction that there shall be security and comfort. Hence, the 2024 ANC election manifesto has located the crime as one of the key priorities. So I want to assure the House that people will be arrested when they commit crime. Already alluded to, sebaboshwe bonke, they are behind bars. So it is important that we must highlight that indeed we are doing the sterling work as the men and women in blue. Therefore, we are happy that bandu batoboshwa singakanga nje nala endlini sitoboshwa Colin Sedibo toboshwa.
Thank you, Honorable MEC. Other members who want to make statements? Honorable Masha.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I rise to deliver a member statement on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. The Democratic Alliance in Mpumalanga is deeply concerned about the ongoing delays with the provincial agri-hubs in Mkondo and Dr. J.S. Maroka local municipalities. Construction began in 2013, yet after nearly a decade and 60 million rand later, these projects remain incomplete and non-functional. The situation is demoralizing to our farmers and hampers their ability to supply fresh produce to both local and international markets. Honourable MEC, the Democratic Alliance this is crucial for fostering food security and supporting the agricultural sector, which is a significant employer in Mpumalanga. Can the Honourable MEC share with the August House any specific plans and timelines for making these agri-hubs functional? Clear accountability and transparency are essential in moving forward. We need to know the steps that will be taken to ensure that these projects will become functional and that the communities will benefit from it. Furthermore, during 2022, charges were laid by the HOD of Agriculture against a joint venture company, departmental officials, and a chief engineer due to constant pressure from the Democratic Alliance. Would the Honourable MEC kindly take us into a confidence and kindly indicate the status of this matter? I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Marshall. Can I give to Honourable MEC Hlope?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and let's welcome the statement by the Democratic Alliance, Honorable Masha. Indeed, it is our concern as well that we we must make it a point that the local farmers are indeed assisted in terms of the agri-hubs being functional and being operational, like the fresh produce market, as we'll be starting to operate it. So, Honorable Speaker, we will, in working with the Honorable Member, indeed we shall make it a point that we attend to the issues as raised. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Hlope. If I may see if there are any other members who would want to make statements. Honorable Sedibe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise on behalf of the EFF to condemn the continuous abuse of power by the application of majoritarian arrogance by the ANC in the city of Mandela, thereby defending the CFO who was found to have falsified her CV and refuses to be assessed or sign the performance agreement as outlined by the MFMA, and does not attend senior management. In light of the above, Honorable Speaker, invite the MEC for Human Settlement and Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs to intervene with immediate effect, as this matter has been going on for a long time and as we speak is in the court of law, which the Department of Then and Traditional Affairs took the said official CFO to court about the falsification of her CV, taking advantage over other candidates who applied for that post. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Sedibe. Honorable MEC Mashilo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The motion raised by Honorable Sedibe, we are indeed attending the matter. It's indeed a great concern of the institution Big S in Bombela. We shall bring the matter to the conclusion as soon as possible in terms of the intergovernmental relations, which is required by the law, that we should find amicable ways of resolving the matter. We shall leave no stone unturned in the event this was malafide in dealing with the matter. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mashilo. I take there are no more, that there are no executive statements. Therefore, moving to motions without notice. Are there any members who would want to make motions without notice? Honorable Sitel.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move a motion without notice on behalf of the African National Congress to appreciate the Mpumalanga Economic Growth Agency, commonly known as MEGA, for hosting an event to educate and equip young entrepreneurs with much needed information. These young entrepreneurs came together for an informative networking session during the month, which is the month of July, which took place during the breakfast business. Noting that this annual event hosted by MEGA under the theme, I quote, promoting resilience youth entrepreneurs, close quote, aimed to provide information on the compliance and encourage networking. Further noting that, Honorable Speaker, guests had the opportunity to hear their testimonials of MEGA beneficiaries, and some entrepreneurs had the opportunity to ask how they could also benefit the population. It is against the background, Honorable Speaker, that the African National Congress moved that this House appreciate the good work done by MEGA. I so move. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sitel. The question before the House is whether do we agree to adopt this motion?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. The motion has been adopted. Any other motion without notice? Honorable Mambu Kambole.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of EFF to condemn the newly appointed MEC for Education, Ms. Catherine Dlamini, for interfering with the tender processes and appointment of new service providers. This follows after a whistleblower who is a senior official and sits in the departmental management meetings informed the EFF that the MEC instructed the HOD and other senior officials to cancel all tenders that were appointed before her arrival as the new against supply chain management processes, PFMA and the PPFA. The EFF calls on the Premier to recall the MEC with immediate effect. Failure which the EFF will be left with no choice but to escalate the matter to relevant authorities and open a case of corruption against the MEC in line with the Combustion of Fraud and Corruption Act as entailed in the Constitution of Republic of South Africa. I so move.
The question before the House, is the House agreed to adopt this motion?
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed.
It's rejected.
Agreed.
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 The motion is therefore defeated.
Njani, by who? By who?
In terms of the
By
rule,
who?
not everyone has agreed on the motion, therefore the motion is defeated. Any other
Honorable
member?
Speaker.
Honorable Sedibe?
Can we call for the division on the House on the matter?
There's no need.
It's procedure.
They're calling for the division in terms of this motion that has been before us. Okay.
Dama rules.
Kichimama lawyer.
Honorable members, the motions without notice, accordingly, they do not need any division of vote. In terms of the rule, they should all members agree. If there's only one member that doesn't agree, the motion automatically becomes defeated.
Awatendanga induction.
Any other motion without notice? Honorable, please pardon me, I will get used to know everyone because we are all new. Honorable member.
Second Lady. Thank you, Speaker. I rise to deliver a motion without notice on behalf of the Democratic Alliance, noting that Honorable MEC Marcy, for Safety and Security Liaison, intends to recruit 1,200 crime prevention wardens across Mpumalanga, also known as Amapanyas. Furthermore, Honorable Marcy remarked crime in communities. Furthermore, Honorable Speaker, the appointment of 1,200 crime prevention wardens across 90 police stations is an endeavor to combat crime while also addressing Mpumalanga's high unemployment rate. The crime rate in Mpumalanga is not to be taken lightly, which is why the DA believes the government should ensure that these crime wardens or any police officer receive the necessary training and resources to ensure that they are an effective part of crime prevention in the province. Therefore, I move that this House adopts that the recruitment of these crime prevention wardens be broadened throughout the province and not to be ring-fenced disproportionately to certain districts within the province. We have 3 districts. Let them be provisionally recruited. To ensure the impartial appointments of crime wardens without the regard of party political affiliation. It would not be a political recruitment of any kind. That the Honorable MEC considered the use of body cameras to monitor interactions between police, crime wardens, and the public, as we are in the phase of AI. And I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. The question again before the House is whether do we agree to adopt the motion presented?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move a motion without notice on behalf of the African National Congress to upload the Mpumalanga Department of Education the manner in which they conducted an incident-free 2024 grade 12 winter vacation. These classes started on the 24th of June 2024 in 89-day centers meant for 153 schools that obtained less than 70% pass rate in the 2023 National Senior Certificate Examination results. Noting that these camps have been established to better equip the learners with more knowledge and skills to enable them to continue to excel in mathematics, science, and accounting. Hence, it was organized in collaboration with the South African Council of Chartered Accountants. Further noting that we thank all parents and school communities that supported the learners by creating a conducive environment for these classes to progress peacefully. At the same breath, we thank all educators who sacrificed their time that they could spend with their lovely families for the sake of providing the needed support to our children. As schools are opening today for the third term, we want to welcome all our teachers back from their much-deserved holidays. We are certain that our teachers will do everything possible to prepare our children for the final examination, which is around the corner. We wish the learners and educators the best of success, and we pledge our undivided support throughout the year. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. Does the House agree to adopt this motion as presented?
Agreed.
The motion. Looks like we've come to the end of this particular item on the notices without, a motion without notices. We're now moving to the notices of motions. Are there any notices of motions? Honorable Member?
Mkhabela.
Thank you.
Ngabani? Thank you. Honorable Speaker, noting the matter that took place at the Department of Education, where the newly appointed MEC was found to have interfered with tender processes and the appointment of service providers. Allow me, on behalf of the economic freedom fighters, to move a motion that this House consider in its next sitting to debate about the issue of political interference on administration.
Is noted and it will be dealt with accordingly, because we are not going to deal with the motion like right now.
So you didn't escape?
No. Honorable Sedive was still in this meeting. We are moving to the next, business of the day, which are motions, formal motions. There is a formal motion standing in the name of the Chief Whip of the Majority Party, Honorable E.N. Makhabane. I now call upon the Honorable Chief Whip to formally move the motion. Over to you, Honorable Chief Whip.
I, Ivan Tombisoto Makhabane, the Chief Whip of the Majority Party, move that the House notes that Rule 136, subsection H of the Rules of and Orders of the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature requires that the legislature to pass a resolution for the appointment of 2 additional members for the Rules Committee. I therefore move, in accordance with Rule 136H of the Rules and Orders, that the House accept and passes a resolution for the appointment of the following honorable members, freedom fighters, and number 2, Honorable T.M.J. Groove Morgan from the Democratic Alliance. Honorable Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Whip. And indeed, I am informed that there is no debate on this tabled motion. Therefore, there will be a question in the House whether we agree to adopt the motion as moved by Honorable Chief Whip E.N. Makhabane.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. The motion is adopted. There is a second formal motion standing in the name again of the Honorable Chief Whip of the Majority Party, Honorable E.N. Makhabane. I am calling upon you, Honorable Chief Whip, again to move the motion.
I, Ivan Tombizodwa Makabane, the Chief Whip of the majority party in the legislature, move that the House notes that during the 6th legislature, on the 12th March 2024, the MEC responsible for finance in the province tabled the Mpumalanga Appropriation Bill for consideration and adoption by this august House. Further notes that Rule 180 provides that a bill that has not been disposed on the order paper during the next ensuing term. I therefore move that the House adopt a resolution in terms of Rule 180, subsection number 2, that the Mpumalanga Appropriation Bill be revived and be processed with by this 7th legislature from the particular stage it reached during the 6th legislature. Honorable Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Whip. Again, on this one, I am informed that there's no debate on this particular motion. Therefore, a question before this House is whether we agree to adopt the motion as moved by the Honorable Chief Whip, E.N. Makabane.
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you very much. The third formal motion, standing in the name of the Chief Whip of the majority party again, Honorable E.N. Makabane, over to you.
I, Ivan Tombizodwa Makabane, the Chief Whip of the majority party, move that the House notes that Section 2006 provides that the legislature is required to pass a resolution for the appointment of 3 additional members of the Legislature Service Board. I therefore move that the House accept and passes a resolution for the appointment of the following honorable members as members of the board. Number 1, Honorable M.N. Mhlongo from African National Congress. Number 2, Honorable M.C. Sidibe from the Economic Freedom Fighters. And number 3, Honorable T.M.J. Groove Morgan from the Democratic Alliance. Honorable Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Whip. I'm informed again that there's no debate on this motion. Can I therefore ask the question in the House whether we do agree to adopt this motion moved by Honorable Makabane?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. As so agreed. The fourth formal motion, standing in the name of the Deputy Chief Whip of the majority party, Honorable D.P. Nkosi, I now call upon you, Honorable Deputy Chief Whip, to move the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Daniel Pitori Nkosi, the Deputy Chief Whip of the majority party, I move that the House rule provincial legislature must elect a trustee and an alternate trustee to represent them on the board of the Political Office Bearers Pension Fund. Further notes that Rule 12.3.1b, dealing with the election processes, require that a valid motion be passed in the House for the appointment of the trustee and his or her alternate trustee. I therefore move, in line with the fund rules, that 2 honorable members, Honorable L.L. Masina, the Speaker, and Honorable E.N. Makabane, the Chief Whip of the majority party, be elected to represent members of the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature on the board of the Political Office Bearers Pension Fund. I further move that the House accept and passes a resolution that Honorable L.L. Masina be appointed as a pension fund trustee for the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature and Honorable E.N. Makabane be appointed as an alternate trustee. Honorable Speaker, I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chief Whip. On this one again, I'm informed that there's no debate. Can I therefore pose the question in the House whether we agree to adopt the motion as moved by Honorable Deputy Chief Whip, Honorable D.P. Nkosi?
Agreed. Agreed.
Thank you, as so agreed. Thank you very much, honorable members. We are... Thank you, Secretary. Section 111, subsection 5 of the Constitution provides that in terms of its rules and orders, provincial legislature may elect among its members other presiding officers to assist the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Rule 11, subsection 1 of the rules and orders of the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature. The rules of the legislature provides that the House must elect among its members a chairperson of committees and a deputy chairperson of committees respectively for the duration of the legislature. In electing the chairperson of committees, the following processes will be followed. I will first call upon the nomination of the candidates for the election of the chairperson of the committees. Secondly, I will call for the supporter of the nomination. Then I will ask if the nominated candidate accepts the nomination. The nomination must be submitted in form prescribed and must be signed by the nominator, the supporter, and the nominated candidate. I will then call for further nominations following the above processes until all nominations are exhausted. If more than one candidate is nominated, I will call for a vote by way of a secret ballot with each member having one vote. After voting, the votes will be calculated and I will declare and announce the candidate who has received the majority of votes. We may now proceed to the process of electing the chairperson of committees. Following the process articulated above, I now call for the first nomination of the candidate for the chairperson of committees, or chairpersons of chairperson. Honorable D.P. Nkosi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I nominate for the position of Chair of Chairs, Honorable Member Liamata Moriti Mabuza. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable DP. Do we have any member who's supporting the proposed nomination? Honorable Malapeng.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the name of Honorable Khoza to be the chairs of chairs.
Honorable Mabuza, are you available for the nomination? Maybe a mistake was made. Honorable Malapeng, can you repeat yourself? We didn't hear very well what you were.
Maybe I made a mistake on the same name, Honorable Speaker.
Can you correct yourself then?
Let me correct it to Mabuza, not Khoza.
Okay. Already accepted the nomination.
No, she must start afresh. It was on behalf of Khoza.
Not a problem. Honorable Mabuza, are you accepting the nomination?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Again, my name is Leah Martha Moriti Mabuza, and I accept the nominations.
Thank you very much.
Nomination, not nominations.
Honorable
it's not many nominations.
Thank you very much for your kindness. Honorable Sedibe, thank you very much for your kindness. Do we have any further nominations, members? In a count of 3, 2, 1. Yeah. While we are waiting for Honorable Mabuza to complete the form so that we satisfy ourselves before we are giving the opportunity to her just to give us a brief acceptance speech.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity. And once again, let me take this opportunity to greet your good self and greetings to the Honourable Premier of the Province and Taten Ndlovu, the Honourable members of the Executive Council, as well as the Honourable Chief Whip of the Majority Party, Mema Kabane, all Honourable members in the August House.
And I stand here before this House with great humility as a new elected chairpersons of committees for the 7th legislature. Let me take this opportunity again to thank the honorable members for the House for duly electing me into this important responsibility of the public to hold government to account. And indeed, Honorable Speaker, following the induction of all newly elected members, the work of the legislature can begin in earnest. We look forward to cooperative working and a professional relationship with members of the executive, the HODs, as well as the head of various entities within our province. And we also look forward for a constructive discourse that shall center critical scrutiny of all government actions for clear outcomes that are visible, experienced and felt by all the citizens of our province. We further look forward for a healthy working relationship with all honorable members from different political parties in the dispensing the business of the committees. And we shall be reminded that our people are not interested in our partisan differences, which, Honourable Speaker, characterizes the dominant modes of politics. However, we hope that as institution established by democracy, we may find solution to other concrete of the Center for Effective Parliamentary Oversight, which, Honourable Speaker, we shall give effect to a progressive oversight mandate, and that is an agenda informed by the concrete material conditions confronting our people of the province. And as we reach out to our communities towards the recent national general elections, Honourable Speaker, our people ask difficult questions and about the relevance and the impact of our institutions. And to this end, our oversight agenda shall underscore the political imperative of our times, which is to restore human dignity of the majority of our citizens through a capable state for a social change. Our considered view is while the democratic state introduces reformed, it hasn't done enough to bring about the necessary change for our social transformation as well as the transformation of our people. Once again, let me take this opportunity to thank all honorable members, and we dare not fail the people of Mpumalanga, the province of the rising sun.
Calling upon the secretary to read the second order of the day.
Order number 2, election of the deputy chairperson of committees.
Thank you. Honorable members, Section 111, subsection 5 of the Constitution provides that in terms of its rules and orders, a provincial legislature may elect among its members other presiding officers to assist the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Rule 11, sub-rule 1 of the rules and orders of the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature provides that the House must elect from amongst its members a chairperson of committees and a deputy chairperson of committees, respectively, for the duration of the legislature. In electing the deputy chairperson of committees, the following processes will be followed. I will first call upon the nomination of candidates for the election of the deputy chairperson of committees. Then I will call for a supporter for the nomination. Thirdly, I will ask if the nominated candidate accepts the nomination. The nomination must be submitted in form prescribed and must be signed by the nominator, the supporter, and the nominated candidate. I will then call for further nominations following the above process until all nominations are exhausted. If only one candidate in the votes will be calculated, and I will declare and announce the candidate who has received the majority of votes. We may now proceed with the process of electing the deputy chairpersons of committees following the process articulated above. May I now call upon the nomination of the first candidate for the election as a deputy chairperson of committees. Honorable Squaqua.
Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker. I hereby rise to nominate Honorable Desmond Moela for the position of Deputy Chair of Chairs. Thanks very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Squaqua. The name of Honorable Muela is being nominated. Any supporter or seconder to the name? Honorable Munene.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to second the name of Honorable Desmond Lawrence Moela as the Deputy Chairperson of Committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Muela, are you available for the position of the Deputy Chairperson of Committees?
I am available, Chair. Honorable Speaker, thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give them the 2-1. I therefore declare Honorable Muela the Deputy Chairperson of Committees as elected by this House. I am going to wait for the form before I give him an opportunity just to give us a very brief acceptance speech. Deputy Chairperson of Committees, this opportunity is yours to give us just a.
Ngiyabonga somlomo weshamthetho saseMpumalanga. Ngibingelele kundunankulu wesifundza saseMpumalanga nabaphathiswa bematiko onke. Ngibingelele futhi bonke bahlonishwa bale balana esifundzeni obeshamthetho salana eMpumalanga. Let me take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to appreciate the opportunity given to me by the East August House as Deputy Chairperson of Committees to the 7th Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature. I therefore join the newly elected Chairperson in accepting this responsibility with the seriousness and importance it deserves for the effective functioning of the legislature. We therefore hope for good working relations with all our stakeholders in order that we are attendant to the constitutional mandate and expectations of our people in the province. We shall, through this area of responsibility, ensure that the legislature is steadfast to achieve its core mandate, which is to provide oversight. Origination lies in the unresolved question of the national liberations for the black oppressed. The work of the legislature is thus an instrument of democracy that provides an opportunity for a new dispensation to emerge. Ours is guided, Honorable Speaker, by the internal optimism that another world is possible. This advantage cannot remain the mainstay of our communities, still pronounced through the categories of race, gender, and class. We thus have a moral and political imperative to pursue social change towards true humanism. Indeed, honorable members, the pursuit of freedom and liberation are not a gift, nor guaranteed, or self-achievement. However, a mutual process of interface between oppression and the oppressed. Thus we commit the building a vibrant parliamentary business of committees that transform society in response to social needs and social justice, and effective oversight national governance between the legislature, government, and other organs of the state. Once more, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, thank you very much for electing me a Deputy Chairperson of Committees. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Muela, and again, congratulations on your election as the Deputy Chairperson of Committees. I am called upon the Secretary now to read the third order of the day.
Order number 3, consideration of a report of the Select Committee on Rules on the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature, Parliamentary Committees configuration for the 7th Legislature.
Thank you. I now call upon the Deputy Speaker, Honorable S. Masango, to table the report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to present as per articulated in the order paper for this August House to consider the report as presented. Thank you.
I now call upon the House to whether agree to adopt the report as tabled by the Deputy Speaker.
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you very much. The report is adopted. I've got a speakers list. I'm going to call upon Honorable S.J. Manzini as our first speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to the Honorable Premier, members of the Executive Council, and members of the Provincial Legislature and the Chief Whip. Honorable Speaker, I'm sent here by the people of Mpumalanga to have a conversation with President Nelson Mandela, the first democratic president of South Africa, and the first president to preside over a government of national unity in our country, which we are living under today, even though it is under different circumstances. Dear President Nelson Mandela, isithwalandwe dela kufa msimbinti wesizwe as your dependable advisor, President Thabo Mbeki, once described you. Kindly pardon me for disturbing you, because when you left the land of the living in 2013, we said rest in peace. And surely you did not expect me or anyone to come and seek your wisdom at this point. I come to you on behalf of the 5.1 million citizens of Mpumalanga who have requested me to come and update you on the progress we have made so far in fulfilling your, for when you became the first commander-in-chief of the real and original MK in 1961, a dream that kept you incarcerated in Robben Island for almost 27 years, a dream you were prepared to forgive for when you forgave those who were treated you like a struck of the world when you were fighting for South Africa's liberation. From the onset, let me report that we have made significant strides in building a better life for all, especially in the areas of education, health, housing, access to roads, access to water, access to electricity, and other services that were not available to the marginalized majority of centuries. To be precise, according to Statistics South Africa, there is a dramatic increase in the number of children aged between 0 to 4 who attend early childhood development in the province of Mpumalanga, to 57%, an increase in children attending school between the ages of 5 and 15 from 22.1% in 1996 to 93% in 2022, and an increase in the young age of 20 who have grade 12 qualification from 14% in 1996 to 40.5% in 2022. I used education deliberately to demonstrate that we have made progress in pursuing your dream, contrary to the views to those opposed to your organization who frequently allege that we have abandoned material. And I want to assure you that we are not only committed to your ideals as this relates to education, but we are also working very hard to universal healthcare, which you struggle for till the last days of your life. And as a result, we have just committed to implement the national health insurance, which we believe will improve access to quality healthcare for all, especially the poor. As I draw closer to the conclusion of my conversation with you, I want to acknowledge that we have serious difficulties in transforming the economy of the country and speedily achieving an economy that works for the majority of outlined in the Freedom Charter. You expressed your commitment to the Freedom Charter when you were facing prison in the famous Rivonia trial and argued I open quote, the most important political document ever adopted by the ANC in the Freedom Charter. It is by no means a blueprint for the socialist state. It calls for redistribution but not nationalization of land. It provides for nationalization of mines, banks and monopoly industry because big monopolies are owned by one race only, and without such nationalization, racial domination would be perpetuated despite the spread of political power, close quote. Our commitment to honoring your conviction towards the Freedom Charter is what informed the 6 priorities of the ANC manifesto, especially the first 3, which put Mpumalanga economy where a better life for all will flourish. Msimbithi Wesizwe, pardon me for burdening you when you were supposed to be preparing for your birthday on 18th of July, and a time wherein you should be sitting with your counterparts, such as Oliver Tambo, Tasusuli, Mkontolis Majombosi, and many others debating that you should be concluded while on this side of the universe. I wish the Honorable Speaker could have given me more space, time to seek your wisdom on other political development in the country, especially the wisdom on how we should navigate through the energy.
That concludes your time, Honorable Member.
Thank you for the time, Madiba, and your dearest, brightest star. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Manzini. You almost kept to your 5 minutes. I'm now calling upon Honorable Paddy from the MK Party. You have only 6 minutes.
Malbongwe, yebo Shoni. Honorable Speaker, Premier, Chief Whip and honorable members. Madam Speaker, we should not forget that the late Rolihlahla Mandela was known as Nelson Mandela. Just unfortunate that today, as we are facing to go and celebrate the 18th of July, we are celebrating it with sadness because the people that he has left in the ANC cannot be able to deliver what he fought for. As a country, we remember him as a president. Amid the chaos of our world today, Mandela Day is here to give us hope in one way or another and to remind us that our power, the power that we have for each other, is to make positive change, whatever small or big. On the 18th of July every year, the United Nations marks and celebrates Nelson Mandela International Day to support and encourage and facilitating people to make a difference within their communities and their ways of doing things. As Umkhonto we will be dedicating this day to attend to the well-being of our people of Mpumalanga, with programs that will be aligning and building the relationship amongst our communities. The only thing that refuses to be buried and comes back from the brave. If you're a good person, people will always remember your good deeds. Today, as we'll be remembering Nelson Mandela, we are asking ourselves a question that is the same education that they are talking about what the ANC has fought for. Is it the same respect that they are talking about that the same Nelson Mandela has fought for? Let us go out on the 18th of July and do the community work. And when we come back, we should be able to deliver in our responsibilities as the executive of our government so that we can make change to the people of Mpumalanga. We are all capable of doing good in our communities, especially when you are a good leader. Let me just remind every one of us in the house that a good person's deeds will never be forgotten. And let me also remind our government that we wouldn't be sitting on the opposite side if they are doing the good thing for the sake of our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Paddy. Now calling upon Honorable Ndlovu from the EFF. You've got 4 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we meet today in this August House, few days before we commemorate the annual Mandela Day. We celebrate and commemorate this day and the legacy of Nelson Mandela. Sorry, let me start, Kath. We celebrate and commemorate this day in honor of Madiba legacy, what his life really represents in a political achievement of South Africa, Africa and the world at large. We honor him as a volunteer in chief of defiance campaign during the 1950s, in which he and many of his generation defied apartheid laws because they were racist, brutal, and unjust. We salute a revolutionary and a freedom fighter like Mandela, who spent each day of his life seeking a contribution towards freedom for all. It saddened me to say, may Mandela's spirit rest in eternal peace. But logic and reality do not allow me, because surely Mandela's spirit can never know peace while the very same system he sacrificed his life fighting against has been given power on a silver platter called the GNU to rule over us once again. Honorable Speaker, how can Mandela's spirit know peace when his oppressors, whom he thought were defeated in 1994, are now back and urinating on the grave of Chris Hani, Steve Biko, Solomon Mahlangu, Noguthula Similani, just to mention the few. Honorable Speaker, just like the EFF, Mandela is not looking forward to July 18. Speaker, another insult to Mandela's legacy is the fact that the majority are still oppressed, living in poverty, unemployment thrives, and it has become normal in our country. The very same people who are advocating and championing Mandela's Day are the ones who stole during Mandela's memorial service and funeral. Mandela and his freedom is incomplete without economic emancipation. 30 years later, since the attainment of political freedom by Mandela and his generation, Honorable Speaker, our people remain without economy. 30 years later, our people are landless and still have no access to means of production in this country. 30 years later, our people are still residing in unsafe human settlements. 30 years later, this province has extraordinary high level of crime and huge number of violent crime and are not resolved. 30 years later, our people in Gomazi, Ligwa, Gavenbeki, Bushbuck Ridge, and Makazeni remain without access of clear water. What Mandela gave our people is a vote in their hands. Hence, we have continued with the struggle to economic emancipation. We shall never sit until the commitment of the freedom has attained. We shall never rest until the oppressed of the world
exhausted, honorable member.
Yeah, it's fine. Time up.
It's fine. Thank you. Next time. Thank you, honorable member Ndlovu. I'm now calling upon Honorable T.R. Nkonyane from the ANC, 5 minutes allocated for you.
Honorable Provincial Legislature members and honored guests, it is my pleasure to address this August gathering. July 18 marks Tata Madiba's birth date, a day of profound significance, as it was declared Nelson Mandela International Day, commonly known as Mandela Day, following a unanimous decision by the United Nations General Assembly in 2009. This year, Madiba's birth date coincides with celebration of 30 years of democracy. Thus, we must mobilize for collective ownership of the positive strides we have made and to foster social and national identity that is representative of our rich and diverse culture. Honorable members, it has been just few days since we have been elected to office. The improvement of education remains one of our key priorities as the ANC-led government. One of the more popular government has made implementable plans toward livable society, of course, in the country and continent where in majority is young and energetic. We ought to have progressive ideals that are identity-driven. These progressive ideals are for the exploitation of social relief programs to address the triple challenges which are unemployment, poverty, and inequality. We have bought into the ideal tingling crime, gender-based violence, corruption, and maladministration. Mandela Day is more than an annual global celebration of the birth dates of democratic South Africa's founding father and the first black president. It serves as a resounding call to actions for individual communities and organizations worldwide to reflect on Mandela's timeless values, principles, and making a tangible and positive impact in the above your people, but live with them. And if you can rise, bring someone with you. Today, more than ever, our world is dire need of leaders who exemplify his unique qualities of leadership. We need individuals who tirelessly advocate for peace and justice, possess a powerful presence that disarm opponents, and have the ability to rise above self-interest and focus on collective
less than a
goals
minute
and missions. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member Onyane. I'm now calling upon Honorable TMJ Grove Morgan from DA. You have 3 minutes allocated, Honorable Member.
Greetings, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to all the honorable members and the House at large. Honorable Speaker, Tata Madiba, father of our democracy, father of the nation. Utata Madiba was not only central to South Africa's epic struggle against apartheid, but also his role in helping. Honorable Speaker, Tata Madiba's dream for South Africa has now, after 30 years in the new democracy, started to take shape. This was witnessed last week when President Ramaphosa elected his cabinet, which now comprises of ministers from different political parties who have come together to form the government of national unity. Honorable Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the DA's provincial leader, the previous caucus leader of the Democratic Alliance in Mpumalanga legislature, on being selected as Deputy Minister of Small Business, Honorable Jane Sithole. Honorable Speaker, the spirit of Utata Madiba continues to inspire us all. Amid the chaos of our world today, we can make a difference in the lives of the people of Mpumalanga, however small or big. Tata Mandela devoted his life to serving humanity. Honorable Speaker, I believe that Tata Madiba would be proud of the people of South Africa, especially the Mpumalanga residents, as for the first time in this August House, we will have debates that are meaningful and actually bring change to the poorest of the poor. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Morgan. Let me call upon Honorable FT Mashiane.
We are calling them your opponents, they are calling you, we are heroes. They are heroes. Serious contradiction. There's no opponents anymore.
Honorable
Mashiane.
Honorable Speaker, members of the legislature, and all South Africans. On the 18th of July, South Africans will come together.
Sorry, there's a premier in the house, honorable member. I must greet him as well.
Honorable Sedibe, you are exhausting the time for Honorable Mashiane.
And you must call a manch. Honorable Premier. On the 18th of July, South Africans will come together not only to celebrate the life of Nelson Mandela, but also to commemorate and honor his legacy and memory by committing to a day of service. Every day I am reminded of the hard-fought journey towards a democratic South Africa for which many sacrificed their lives. It is in recognition of Mandela and many other legacies that our commitment to the residents of Mpumalanga for a better province that works for all must find no greater inspiration than in the memory of those who dreamt of a just, free and prosperous South Africa for all. While Mandela Day may be marked as a single day of recognition, it calls for
Honorable Weber, ngisho 1 minute. Nemona Speaker.
Yeah, we should have talked about that before. Next time I will consider.
Nemona Speaker.
Honorable Member L.A. Mbuyane, which is our last speaker for the day on the snap debate on Nelson Mandela Day.
The yellow common is not the red.
Honorable Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Premier, members of the Executive Council, honorable members of the Provincial Legislature, comrades, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and honor to participate in this snap debate on Mandela Day, which is all about rising to the occasion and emulate the international icon, who was also a man of integrity and stood the test of time. The snap debate, Honorable Premier, had the capacity to bring together the profound concepts of pride, bitterness, greed, and despair, which all of them resonate to jealous, impatient, and make a person to look down on the very same people that gave him or her power to change their lives. It is for that background, Honorable Speaker, Nelson Mandela was driven by the principle of selflessly, amongst others, and had to articulate the following statement, open quote, "Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again," close quote. His mission as an anti-apartheid revolutionary was about establishing equality and freedom for all women, men, and children. He stood for the fundamental rights of all human beings, regardless of gender, nationality, or race. This is also the very ideal which made Nelson Mandela to languish in jail for 27 years. This debate, Honorable Speaker, should also encourage people, especially honorable members, to dedicate 67 minutes of their time to give back. 67 minutes is representing the 67 years that Nelson Mandela devoted to public service. Nelson Mandela to defeat the apartheid regime. It has proven without any doubts its capacity to the struggle. From time to time in the history of our movement, this revolution was put to test by different tendencies.
Now, Honorable Member Sedibe.
Yeah, you can take a seat. That's the procedure. Don't compromise the decorum of the House. Honorable Speaker, I just want to check whether the member can take a question.
No, we're not taking questions.
No, it's from the member, not you. The member must tell us whether he can take a question.
Okay, let's allow Honorable Member, I think you have already exhausted some of his time. Conclude.
No. It doesn't work like that, Speaker. Allow the lawyers to guide you. You must take a question on.
Yeah, he called me a yellow communist. I think I've begun to respond to his statement that he articulated earlier on. I will take a question after my speech, Honorable Sediba.
Yeah, let's hear the advice.
Okay.
From the
I
legal
think let's
counsel.
allow him to take the question at the end.
Honorable Speaker, from time to time in the history of our movement, this revolution was put to test other than those of the people, especially the working class and the poor, which is the primary motive force of the revolution.
Honorable Speaker.
Since the dawn of democracy, we want to appreciate the contemporary challenges facing our South African revolution.
Can we hear?
Honorable Speaker, I kombela Honorable Mbuyana yehlisanyana voice is making lot of noise.
Honorable Member.
He's shouting. I can't hear what he's saying.
Honorable Speaker, as I'm moving towards closing, want to indicate that since the dawn of democracy, which is 30 years ago, the ANC has shown to be the champion of our struggle for democracy, and it was able to always emerge as a disciplined force of the left,
Point of order,
irrespective
Speaker.
of consequences
You have
Point of
exhausted
order,
your
Speaker.
time.
and the price that it has paid.
Your time is up,
Point of
Honorable
order,
Member.
Speaker.
Honorable Sedibe, may I, if you have just disturbed the Honorable Member while he was still taking, his snap debate, but let me allow you an opportunity.
Oh, if you allow me, no, I was saying the member is out of order. I must withdraw that these comrades of MK have sold out the revolution. Because he was saying those who sold out the revolution and looking at the desk of the MK, which is not right. You must withdraw that.
I'm including those that are 10 years old and will go to the stadium and sniff cocaine. Which
Chief, you're out of order, Chief. Don't be
Don't come to this house emotional.
Honorable members,
There's a lot of yellow
Don't
communists.
start. You won't
this
finish.
has just concluded our
Don't start
snap
with us. You
debate.
won't finish nicely.
This has just concluded our snap debate on Nelson Mandela.
We'll make your life
Maybe
difficult.
before we close the
must not start that thing.
the day,
We'll make your
honorable
life
member,
difficult if you come with that tendency.
honorable
here.
members,
It's still
may
few
we-
days. Hey.
honorable member, thank you
Don't
very
come with that
much.
tendency here.
We are not going to talk again here.
Don't come with that tendency here. We'll make your life difficult.
Honorable
Everywhere.
members, let's
We are 27, we are 24 now. We
We'll
must
make
think
your life difficult.
honorable members,
Hey, you
respect the house. Can we respect the house, honorable members,
Honorable member
and
must
tolerate
respect us.
each other?
Honorable
Thank you
member
very
must
much.
respect us and must apologize.
Honorable member, but I didn't give you any opportunity to
withdraw.
speak. For the mere fact that I didn't even hear what she was saying or he was saying, because we were all speaking, you are making it difficult for me to run this meeting. Thank you very much, honorable members. We are now concluding the snap debate on Mandela Day. Maybe let me make this announcement before we close the business of the day. I have received a correspondence from the Honorable Premier, Honorable MP Ndlovu, to appoint the Honorable MEC SK Mashilo as the leader of government business. Let me take this opportunity and congratulate Honorable Mashilo on your appointment as the leader of government business. Thank you very much, honorable members. This concludes the business of the day. You are all requested to remain standing at your places until the procession has left their chamber. This meeting or this house is adjourned until further notice. Thank you.
It's a